Today we're taking a look at the Azden PRO-XR wireless microphone system. This is a 2.4 gigahertz system, so I'm not going to go over a very detailed unboxing. I've already done that in this video here. Now before we get started, Azden did send me this kit to review. I'm not being compensated. They didn't say don't say this or don't say that or you should say this or talk about this feature. Literally it's just here you go, check it out, and let everybody know what you think. So here we go. These are both rechargeable with the included dual USB charger. I've already charged up a few times and it's really quick and obviously super convenient because you've got two of these and it just shows you how light they are, right? Plug it into a USB, either goes right into a computer or with the included AC adapter here as well. And it goes right into the wall. Obviously, for a really, really quick charge, you can get about 14 hours out of a full charge on these, which is longer than any reasonable shoot anyway. So you can have it on, forget that it's on all day long for your entire shoot. Just make sure you charge them up every night. These are very small, obviously much tinier than what you might be used to if you're using VHF or UHF systems. And if you're new to the game, good news, you don't know any better. This is smaller than a deck of cards and it's much lighter too. Let's take a look at the receiver first. Again, it's identical in size, in shape, and everything to the transmitter. You've got the high gain antenna on here. Looking right here, we've got a little display, which gives you an idea of battery power as well as if it is linked to the transmitter or not. We've got the headphone jack, so you can listen directly from here. We've got the mic out jack, so that will go from this receiver into your camera body. And of course we have the charger here for the USB. The power button, if you hold it down for 1 second, it will turn on the pack here. And volume up and down if it's a little bit too soft, if it's too loud, you can adjust it here. This of course also has a cold shoe. So let's set this up. All right, you're good to go on the receiver end here. Now, as far as the transmitter, it comes with two antennas. This is a flexible, lower visibility antenna. That's the kind that I'm always used to having UHF, VHF systems. It's a little bit more discreet. It kind of bends with the talent, but it does not have as powerful of a range as the high gain antenna. Now, this bad boy just screws right on. So you unscrew the old one. Screw this one on here. Obviously, it's a lot bulkier. However, you can get the full maximum range of this thing here. Azden claims it is 300 feet. That is with a high gain antenna on both the transmitter as well as the receiver. So obviously, a little bit bulkier. A little bit shorter, I'd say by about 1 centimeter or so. But obviously much, much thicker. If it's on the back of your talent or something, it doesn't matter. And it is flexible to an extent. You can kind of move it around and, So the transmitter is pretty close to the receiver in the fact that we've got the antenna, we've got the screen on here. This, instead of the headphone jack, is the mic jack, and Azden gives you, standard lavalier microphone here. And we have a switch here, switching either between microphone input or an auxiliary in input. So switch it here, and any microphone that you're going to be plugging in here will be working, or switch it to auxiliary in, and you can have an unbalanced line coming in from let's say a mixer. Let's say you've got 2 or 3 or 4 mics into a mixer. You can have it go out to here and then wirelessly transmit it to your camera. So of course you can be using it for a lav mic, which is what it's intended for, but you can also have auxiliary in on this as well, which can be really, really helpful, especially in a pinch on set. Now, a couple other things that this comes with. This is a TRS to TRRS connection. It's for hooking up cell phones, whether you're Android or iPhone. This makes that possible. They also have a 3.5 millimeter jack to Lightning connector for iPhones. There you go. So it's a little bit clunky when you do have a phone because you have to have all these cables. That's not Azden's fault, it's just the technology, unfortunately. So if you have this you want to hook up to your phone as a receiver, you have to hook up. Let me show you. You've got this little Apple dongle hanging out. You've got the TRS to TRRS adapter. Okay? And now we have the actual cable here, the receiver. It goes to the mic. There we go. Mic out. And there you go. So now we've got this whole chain here, but with today's cell phone technology, it is what it is. I'd love to be able to see this get plugged directly into the phone but that is not to be at the moment. Now, Azden also includes this cell phone holder, which very nicely has a cold shoe on the top. I wasn't expecting to see this, but which was a very welcome addition. Now, I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and I have an OtterBox Defender case on it, so it's one of the chunkiest phones you could think of. This thing just fits my phone. Without the case, no problem. It hugs it nice and tight. Certainly a smaller phone, no problem, but with a 7 Plus and the OtterBox Defender case, it's very, very tight. So it's kind of digging in my case a little bit, not really liking that, but I would have liked to see maybe like an extra 1/4 of an inch of play on this thing, but I'm not complaining because we have a cold shoe. And of course, we've got the thread on the bottom, so you can put this on a light stand, you can put this on, oh, actually, there we go. Boom, like how much more compact do you want to get there? So this is obviously a great solution. The cell phone clip, actually, there's not a piece of plastic on it. It is all metal. From what I can guess, it is aluminum and steel, and this thing is built like a tank. There's nice soft rubber grips on it for actually holding your phone so it doesn't damage it. Well, maybe it's damaging my OtterBox case a little bit just because it's so chunky. It's really kind of gripping. I'm at the absolute max that this thing can do, but still really, really happy with this thing. So yeah, then obviously just slap this on your talent and you're good to go. All right, currently I am about 15, 18 feet or so from the camera. Obviously, very, very strong connection here. We're not in an area where there's a lot of interference, but anyway, let's keep pushing this back. My dog is always leaving his balls around the yard, but that's okay. Can't be mad at him for too long because he's too cute. I am currently about 30, 35 feet from the camera currently. Let's keep pushing it back. All right, a bit further now. I am currently about 90 to 100 feet from the camera. Now, Azden says this can go 300 feet of direct line of sight. There's not much of a reason why, realistically, most people would need to be further than this from the camera, but who knows? Anyway, let's keep pushing it. This is a good 150 feet or so from the camera, but again, straight line of sight. Let's keep pushing. Now, right here, I'm actually speaking. You're hearing nothing. Actually, the waveform shows literally zip. And actually, there's cars passing me, and I just suddenly turned towards camera and started speaking, so the passersby probably think I'm insane. But you're hearing nothing. But then it's weird. As soon as I start moving again, then I just kind of shift my body and start walking up the street again, across the street. As soon as I start moving, it picks up the sound again. It's very choppy, but take a listen. Why'd I choose leg day to be the day I do this? A little interesting there. I'm walking. I'm actually closer than where I was at the last time you saw me at the top of the driveway here, this part of the driveway. But now that I'm walking, there's some interference in the audio that certainly wasn't there before. Earlier, it was crystal clear. Now that I'm walking, even though I'm a little bit closer, you're hearing a lot of interference, and it's essentially unusable audio if you're going to be using this for a project. It should be noted, by the way, that I'm using the high range antenna. There are the two. I didn't want to use the low range one. I really want to see what this thing was capable of. So final verdict on the Azden PRO-XR, I recommend it. This is still a very, very good kit for the vast majority of content creators who are filming with their subject less than 100 feet from the camera, motion or no motion. Again, after the 100 feet or so, I'm finding that there is some interference when the subject is in motion. The majority of content creators will probably never end up being in that particular situation. If you're in a studio, if you're in your house, if you're in an office setting and you're doing this, no problem at all. It's got a robust set of features on this thing, especially at the price point that it's at, how simple it is to use, how tiny and portable it is. Highly recommended. So Hopefully that helped you guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up in the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.